Hey, have you ever thought about owning a mobile home park? Well, I've got a small mobile home park and I want to give you a little bit of information that could help you decide if it makes sense or not. So, I've recently acquired this mobile home park and it's been a challenge getting it up to speed, getting the cash flow going, get the right tenant mix in place, bring all the rents up to market. When I first got into this place, nobody was paying any rent whatsoever, and now people are paying up to $1,780 a month rent for a beautiful 4-bedroom, 2-bath home. So this is one of the houses, and what I've got that's interesting. I'm going to put the picture of this current trailer that's there. It's a large single-wide trailer built in 1987, and it's a complete piece of garbage. There's nothing whatsoever of any value with this trailer whatsoever. It sits on 2 lots, and it is originally a large 3-bedroom, 2-bath trailer, and it is 72 feet by 16 feet, so it's a big trailer. I want to replace it. So what are the costs to replace an existing trailer? Well, what do you have? So I made a little list of the items. First off, what you need to do is you need to get a demolition permit. Yes, you need to have title to the trailer as well. Many landfills won't take a trailer that doesn't have title. Now, it's a silly rule, but that's the rule they got. So I had to hunt down a trailer title that's 30 years ago, and I was able to successfully do it with the help of the Department of Motor Vehicles. Keep in mind, trailers are personal property and not real property, and that has to go specifically to the methodology in which that home is attached. So if there are piers that the trailer home sits on, and the wheels are removed and the tongue is removed, and it's detitled, you don't have a trailer anymore. You have a single-family home. Especially if it's got a concrete skirting all the way around it, you have a single-family home. It's going to be taxed different, the rules are different, etc. In this case, this is an old trailer. It was put on this property back in the 90s and never connected, never hooked up. And there is a well on the property, there's a septic on the property, but it was never connected. So how do you deal with that? Well, how we deal with that, first and foremost, is you've got to get a demolition permit. Before you get a demolition permit, you got to check to see if, in fact, the county will allow you to bring in a new or used trailer, right? Because if you take down the trailer first and then you bring a new trailer in and don't comply with the terms of the county, you will lose the right to not own the land, but you lose the right to use the land. It's a very important thing to recognize. Why do I know that? I did that the first couple of months. I moved from Southern California. I moved here. And I learned, don't take down stuff without having a plan to put another house there within a short period of time. Otherwise, you will lose the right to use that land. Crazy law. It's a law going back to the 1800s or whatever it is. It's one of those old things. Don't do it. Leave the piece of junk trailer right there until you're ready to move it. So, in my case, I am ready to move it. I have another trailer that I'm in the process of negotiating on, which will be a smaller trailer. So, what are my costs? So, I'm going to take this 3-bedroom trailer. I'm going to eliminate that. I'm going to have to crush it. I'm going to have to get it transported to the dump. And then I'm going to have to pay a dumping fee based upon the tonnage value. So in this county, they give you up to 2,000 pounds of trash to use monthly. So I'll use that easily just on the metal spine of the trailer alone is going to be at least 1,500 to 2,000 pounds. And then the rest of it will have to be crushed, moved, shipped, or I have to get a company to put wheels on it and pull it out of here because it's non-transportable in its current condition. So let's take a look at the cost. So The cost associated with moving that trailer is probably going to be around $2,500 just to get it out of here and moved. And I'm about 10 miles away from the local dump. So $2,500, maybe $3,000. Then I've got to prepare the ground. I've got to grade the ground. I've got to put new, probably number 57 stone to get a nice clean ground cover on the land. I've got to put a tarp on that, so that's another $500. The stone, thankfully, I've got a quarry down the block and a big dump truck. That dump truck is going to have at least 3 loads. Each load is about 5,000 pounds, or I should say 5 tons. So that's about 30,000 pounds of stone that I need to grade. I'm going to need an excavator to grade it, and then there's already a septic there, so I can hook into that. There's already a well. I'm already hooked into that. Those costs are covered. I'm going to need a new HVAC system. I'm going to need to move that trailer from where it is to where it's going. That'll be probably about $5,000. I'll probably have some miscellaneous rehab to that trailer as well. I budgeted $10,000. Adding up all these things with all the parts, labor, and materials, probably going to be somewhere around $27,000 to $30,000 before I buy the trailer. So, what kind of trailer can I buy? Well, I'm going to buy a mid-range trailer. It'll probably run me $20,000 to $30,000 for a single-wide trailer, 2-bedroom, 1-bath. I have a 2-bedroom, 1-bath already on the site. I get $1,300 a month for that trailer. So my recapture cost, if it cost me, even on the mid-range side, at $1,250 a month, it generates me $15,000 a year positive cash flow, because I don't have a mortgage on these things. And I'm not going to get a mortgage on a 1980, 90, 2000 trailer. So what's my cost of recapture? So all in, say I'm going to spend $20,000 on a new trailer, probably $27,000, $30,000 on the land, prep, getting it cleared out, getting it ready, and that may be a high number. I'm at $50,000. At $50,000, does it make sense to put on that amount, invest that amount of capital? So I get my capital back in 3 years. My goal is 2 years. So what can I do to be able to reduce that time period down? Number one, I can get a discounted trailer. I can find a trailer that somebody does not want that's in good shape because they're tearing down that trailer to put up a new single family home. So there are people that are actively looking to give away their trailers that are in fantastic condition. And then I just have the cost to move it. That's one way in which I can really reduce my capital cost and get a higher return on investment and get all my money back within a 2.5-year time period, maybe a 2-year time period. I could find a unit that is in far better shape and far better condition than what I'm thinking about or what I'm planning on, which would reduce my cost of rehab. I can use one of my HVAC systems, a package unit that I buy at a discount. As a matter of fact, I just purchased a brand new, in the box, gas pack unit for $1,700. It's a Goodman unit. It retails for $3,500 all day. I have people all around that want to sell me material. So I have a material store. I have three material storage places where I store material that I buy. That includes lumber. That includes electrical. That includes plumbing. That includes HVAC units, both gas units and package units and separate units. And so I have a tractor trailer, which is a 53-foot trailer down the block that I rent on a piece of property. It's a trailer that I bought for $1,000, and I've had it for years. And I put all kinds of material in there and pull it out like a bank account. So I'll be using one of those package units that I bought for $300 or $400 or $500. So instead of spending $3,000 or $4,000 on a new HVAC, I'm going to use an old HVAC that's in fine shape, and I'm going to hook it up that way using probably have to repipe it, a new ductwork, because a lot of those old trailers, the older trailers, have that tin, which is just really garbage, and that may be a cost. So one way to reduce my cost substantially is to find a trailer that somebody's looking to give away, and a great place to find that, Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace is a fantastic place to find effectively free homes, free trailers, free things that people just don't want. You just need to get it off their property. That's the value. So I'll be looking for that. I'll also be using my material, like I said, my any plumbing work, any plumbing materials that I have in storage, I'll use. Any HVAC materials, I'll use. I'm not going to get a discount probably on moving it because that's what the cost is to move a trailer. My labor, that'll be what the cost is. My equipment I can adjust, and my electrical will be a fee to reconnect the lines. And so I believe that I'll be able to take that $50,000 and I'll be able to bring it down to probably closer to $30,000, maybe $35,000. If I get a free trailer, I use my existing material, and I already have that piece of property. So if I can bring that down to about $30,000 in total cost, I'll be able to recapture all my capital investment and own that property, own that trailer, free and clear, and it's cash flowing $15,000 at minimum annually through the end of time. So that's a overall perspective of owning a home in a trailer park, what it's going to cost to replace it versus rehab it. If I rehab that 3-bedroom, 2-bath trailer, that's going to cost me probably $40,000, maybe $50,000 because it's big. And boy, I just don't want to do that. I just don't want to have that amount of money into that junky unit. I don't want all the square footage on that land. I want less of a footprint on that property. Makes it cleaner to see, nicer. I would get less money for rent, no doubt. If that was a 3-bedroom, I'd probably get $1,900 a month, $1,800 a month rent, which would certainly increase my cash flow. But I don't want to do that for a number of reasons. And my key reason is the quality of the soil that I have here. I have what's known as blackjack, which is just one of the worst quality soils you can have when you have well and septic. So I have 9 homes here at this property, and the amount of water that we consume collectively on the entire property is under 1,000 gallons a week. Under 1,000 gallons a week. So my well is in outstanding condition. And I have put in low flow everything throughout the entire property. I have low flow toilets. I have low flow shower heads. Everything's low flow. There are no washing machines and no dryers here. So there's 2 less things to break down. There are no tubs in any of the homes. It's only standing showers. So the standing shower is going to be, you're going to be oftentimes in and out of that in 6 to 7 minutes, using far less water than you would with a soaking tub. So you're going to move faster through that. So I did all of this with a very conscious intention of not putting water deep in problematic soil already. And so this is also another thing for you. If you have a mobile home or a mobile home park on poor quality soil, I feel for you. And you do have solutions, and I'm sure you're a person that's already figured out what you can do. It's taken me a minute to really get this thing cooking to a level now that this will be generating close to $160,000 a year in positive cash flow off this one little piece of property. So anyway, if you want more information, I'm happy to share, and I look forward to taking you on this journey with me while I find a home, get rid of this home, put a new home on it, get it all set up, and get the first tenant in there, and you'll be there every step of the way. All right, this is Corey, and I look forward to talking with you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.